Alright, I think we're going. So I found this thing on Reddit and I want to try to make it. So we're going to see if we can. Okay. So let's go ahead and import our thing. So I want to try to make a few changes just to see what, just see what I can do. So I have, I'll show it, I'll play it first. You can see what's happening. What I think they're doing, here I'll start it and pause it. So obviously each circle is attached. There's two dots attached to each circle, and they rotate. And the colors of the dots is dynamic. Like they change based on. So what I think they did is they have like kind of like an underlying gradient. It's like a radial type thing. It's just the whole color spectrum or whatever, and then they just have it. I don't know what to call it, luma masked or whatever it's called. So yeah, but I think that's what they did. I want to try to keep every dot the same, its original color. I'm gonna change. This is saying that it's messing up. Oh, does not support that. Okay, I'm gonna stop my stream for just a second. Okay. It still says I'm offline. Okay. Let's see if it'll stay up or whatever. So basically, what I said is, I think the dots, all the dots are basically transparent, and there's like an underlying gradient, like a radial type gradient of all the colors. But what I want to do is keep all the dots the same color. Probably get rid of the circles that go around it because I don't really like those. Um, Obviously, they still have to follow the path, but yeah. But I want to keep all the colors there, or all the dots their original color, and see how many cycles it'll take for them to look nice again. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. First, I wanted to count how many dots he has. It's probably like 20, my guess. Well, we'll start here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's got to be 24. It can't be an odd number, right? Because each one is attached to so yeah, there's got to be 24. So there's 12 big circles and 2 dots per circle. Alright, so I did bring that in. So I'm going to start a new composition. We're going to make ours 2000 by 2000. Very large. We'll leave it at 30 seconds for now. We'll probably end up cutting it down. But we'll name this binary wave. Okay, so my first thought is okay, I think I have an idea of how to do it. So if we look at this, there are 2 dots in between each pair. So like you can see, we've got these 2 and then these 2. These 2 are on the same one. Oh, okay. Yeah. These 2 here are on the same one. And there's 2 in between. Oh my gosh. And it's because there's circles. Yeah, okay. So we're going to have to mess around with placement, I think. There might be a bit of math that can go into it. So there's 24. I'm going to get a piece of paper and pen and my calculator. I'm definitely not new to having to do a little bit of math for some of these, so. I'm back. Okay, so we have a little bit of math to do. So we've got 12 circles, 12 12 binaries, 12 pairs. So we've got 24 total, which means, so we have 360 divided by 12 is going to be the first thing we need to do, which I should know how to do this in my brain, but I'm just going to make sure. So that's going to be 30 degrees, so they're each going to be separated by 30 degrees. And that also means, okay, so what we're going to do, to figure out some math for this. So I'm going to draw, I should have like another camera for this. I'm going to draw like a little, nah, that's not a good drawing for that. One second. Obviously the angles are probably a little exaggerated for the use case, but I drew a little curved little thing, little cone-ish type thing. So this guy here is okay. So each entire circle is 30 degrees. No, that's not right. Is it? Is 30 times 12 360? Yeah, it is. So we've got we've got 24. So obviously that would make each circle apart 15 degrees. And we need to figure out like arc length stuff. Okay, let me look up. Arc length calculator. That's actually probably easier for me. Central angle. Okay, so we should decide now what our radius is going to be, because that's sort of how we're going to do this. So we've got a 2,000. Let's draw a little square on my paper. We've got 2,000. Let's make it 1,300 diameter, maybe. Let's just see what that looks like first. I'll just do a regular old circle at that size. So obviously this isn't centered. I don't have to type in the exact parameters for all this. So transform ellipse path size. Oh wow, I'm pretty good at estimating. So 1,300 by 1,300, and we're gonna make all this 0. Okay, that's probably a little big actually, because this is gonna be the center of the binaries, and so we don't want it to be, it's going to be like along this line, and I kind of want the outside not to get obstructed. So let's bring it down to 1,100. I think that'll be good. I think that'll be good. Okay. So central angle So the thing we need to do is, if you look at it, even though each of these is separated by 15 degrees, the binary pair is separated by what would be, so we got 15, 30, and 45, right? Right, is that wrong? So how many 45-degree angles are there in a circle? You've got, what is that, 8? I think, but I have to keep in mind that these are overlapping, and so it's not going to be that doesn't, I don't think that, I don't have to worry about that. So these are separated by 45 degrees. Type that in. The radius is going to be 550. I'm going to just write some of this down so I can keep it in my mind. Yeah, radius is going to be 550. Make the diameter. Okay, so the arc length is 400. Well, okay, so we really don't need I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. So we need to offset it from the middle, because that's probably going to be the easiest way to make this exact, right? And so we have 1 offset by 45, and then I guess we can match that or something, because otherwise it's not going to be right. So we're going to set ours up a little bit differently, just so I can make this easier on myself, because he has his set up sort of like this. It's hard to you can see at the bottom here he's got 2, and on one of the 45s he's got 1, if that makes sense. So we're going to make ours stand up on 1 point on each 90 instead of each 45. So I'm going to do a little bit of math. So we've got a 45, I've got to figure out how to do this. I'm bad at math. I'm not that bad at math, but okay, so we've got something like this. Here. And so we have 90 degrees here. Obviously this isn't a triangle. This isn't a 45, 45, 90 triangle. But we can still figure out some stuff. So obviously we know the radius. It's 550. That's not going to change. But its coordinates are still going to change. And I think that's the thing we really need to figure out, maybe? I don't know. We'll call this like an XY grid just so I can make this a little easier. So it goes over 0 and up 550. And with this one, we need to get probably some what's it called? Law of science stuff going on. So wait, this has to be a 45, 45, 90 triangle. You just drop this little guy down. So this is also 45 degrees. Okay, I'll show you what I'm doing right here. So it's like x root 2, something like that. Special right triangles. We're looking at a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So it's x root 2. Okay. Oh, so this works out the way I wrote it down anyway. So its rise over run is going to be, they're going to be the same numbers. So, okay. I don't know for sure if I need to do this math, but I am. Okay, so we have x, and x root 2. So we need to find, we know what x root 2 is equal to. So x root 2 is equal to 550. That's our radius. Now we just need to find out what x is. So we just get 550 divided by root 2. Which is 388 point, we're going to make this pretty precise, 0.9087. So that's both our x and our y coordinates. For our second dot. So I have x and y coordinates written down for both of them. And yeah. I think that's going to be helpful. I think that'll be helpful. I didn't really mean to close that, but whatever. Alright, so I'm going to make another circle, another ellipse. We're going to make this one white and have no stroke. And we're just going to draw a little baby circle. We'll center it on its own little thing. So just something like that for now. We can mess around with it after. So ellipse path, obviously, we want, okay, so 0, I do that. Okay, so this is, it got negativized. Huh. I'm gonna do this, but then I'm gonna open up make another composition and see if I can do it a different way. Okay, so this is gonna be negative 550, and it should be right on the edge. Perfect. So now we're gonna duplicate this layer, and we're gonna open up all the stuff again. Change this. Okay, so now we want negative 388.9087 and negative 388.9087, and that should put it right on the line, pivoted at 45 degrees. So I think I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Okay, we're going to save this for now. I'll make a new folder for it just because. Okay, so we're going to make a new composition, and I'm going to name this one just binary, and we can leave this at 2000 by 2000, doesn't really matter. So yeah, we'll leave it at 2000 by 2000 for now. Click OK. We're going to do sort of basically the same thing. Well, how about I do this? I'm going to delete this. I'm going to duplicate this. Stop playing. I'm going to rename this one to just binary. Oh my god, why are you like this? Okay, we're going to open this up, and so we have here, this is sort of our I don't know, our guide, kinda. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to reposition this one to 0, negative, or positive, actually, 550. That's going to put it on the opposite end. And what we're going to do, we're going to bump these sizes up from 92 to something a bit more to scale. So if we look at our video, they're, I don't know, they're like they have probably about 2/3 of their diameter in between each one. And so if we look at it in its own little binary, so we have 2/3 and 2/3 times 3, and then we have a full times 2 in between each one, right? We're making this about as close as we can get it. And so 3 times 2/3 is just 2, right? Yeah, that's just 2. So we have a total of 4 diameters in between each one. And if we have a total diameter of 1100 and they're on the edge, okay, I'm trying to think this out. I honestly could just probably have it at like 200 and 200 and it would be fine, but I really would like to have this pretty exact. So we have 1100, and we need to divide that into 5 amounts, 5 even amounts, right? So that's 220. That was pretty dang close. Because if you think about it, you have half here, and we have 4 total in between. So that makes 5. And so we'll just have this be 220, 220. Okay, so now we can get rid of the guide. Make it disappear. And then I think that's the basis of what we need. So we have this composition. I'm going to import that into here. Obviously, it's very large. And so what we want to do is we want to line it up. That's the first thing we're going to do. I don't know what she's doing, honestly. Okay, so alright. We want to rotate this by 45 degrees, right? No, not correct. How is that not the same angle? That's my question. Okay, this isn't Stack Overflow, so this isn't exactly what I need. I just need the actual... yeah. I mean, it literally should just be the rise over run, like the delta in rise over run, right? If you think about it. Right. Anyways, let's just calculate that real quick. So... $162 over -550. No. Over negative 388. So that gives us y equals negative 0.4142x. I'm just going to type that in and see if that gives me something that looks similar to what I'm looking at. I need to flip that. So if I just make it positive, will that flip it? Flip it enough. I'd say that angle looks pretty dadgum close. So what do you call this? Y equals mx plus b angle. If I could type it in right. Slope. Oh, right. I haven't done this in a while. Okay. Slope or gradient of a line is a number that describes both direction and steepness of the line. Slope is often denoted by the letter m. Yeah, I sort of get it started. Yeah, the delta rise over run is m. But how do you convert the slope to an angle? Oh. So we have, okay, so it's okay, so so this is how far off it is from x. Yeah, slope percent 2 degrees. That's exactly what I need. Slope percentage is 41.42. Let's convert that to degrees. 22.5. Hey, I recognize that number. Okay, so it's just literally half. There's probably some super easy way to know how to do that, but well, here we are. Alright, so instead of being 45, it's going to be 22.5 degrees. Maybe plus a 90. It's 112.5. Still not right. Maybe it's 22.5 plus a 45. 67.5. That looks pretty close. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Okay, so now, obviously, we need to scale this down, and we need to move it into place. I'm completely guessing here. We're just going to get this as close as we can. We're going to lock down all of these just so we're not messing around with the wrong one. So obviously it's still a bit too big. So let's bring it down some. Now it's a bit too small. Bring it back up some. They still look a bit too small. I'm just gonna like leave it beside it like this for a second. It's pretty close. Something isn't right. I think it's just the fact that its size isn't exactly on point. Okay, how about this? We did a little calculating earlier. We're going to do a little bit more calculating so we can get this exact, right? So I wish there was a way to have this be centered coordinates and not x, y, b up at the top. Which, I mean, we should, in theory, still be able to just add 1,000 to each one, right? Or subtract 1,000, one of the two. We'll get it right from center. Because this should be 1,000 down from the... So wait, it would be add 1,000 on the x direction and subtract 1,000 on the y. Something like that. We'll figure it out. But we're going to do a little bit more math. This guy here is 22.5 degrees. The radius is still 550. We want to figure out where this point is. Right? This is a unit circle BS. Speaking of, I think I have a unit circle somewhere, but I'm going to see if it's just if I can just find one with what I need on it. I don't see one with exactly what I need. That's not helpful. I just want... Obviously, 22.5 degrees isn't one of the special angles, but we should still be able to figure out what we need, I think. So we know, obviously, this angle is going to be 90 degrees. And we have 22.5 degrees, and we know one side. We just want to know the other. So, this is some trigonometry stuff. Trigonometry SAS, side angle side. Because what do we have? We have angle side. But they have to be, do they have to be the same? Huh. Do angle side. Yeah, this is angle side angle. I wonder if I can do so they have angle side. This is what I need, right? I think. Basically, I'm figuring out a way so this can be centered where it needs to be. That way, we don't have to mess around with BS. Okay. So, I'm going to draw our triangle kind of exploded out. Okay. You can also find a side by using law of sines. Oh, yeah, I can see that. That's pretty easy, actually. So we have, like, what? Sine 90 degrees over 550 is equal to sine 22.5 degrees. And we already know the other angle, right? So if we do sine 22.5 degrees times 550 divided by sine of 90, make sure we're in degrees, we are. That gives us 210.4759. Again, we're making this about as accurate as we can get it. So that gives us this side. And so now we can just do 90 minus 22.5 degrees, and that gets us 67.5 degrees. So it's going to be a similar thing. We'll do sine 90 degrees over 550 is equal to sine 67.5 degrees. So we're going to do sine 67.5 degrees times 550, and then divide that by sine 90. Oh, is sine 90 just 1? Oh, it is. Didn't know that. You learn something new every day. So 508.1137. So we have our coordinates we need. So we need to add 1,000 to one, subtract 1,000 from another, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm just going to go ahead and type these in, just so I can get this all figured out right. Okay, so let's just go ahead and try to do this. So we have 12, 10, 4, 7, 5, 9, and we have It can't be negative, right? We're trying to offset these points from a standard XY grid, because usually, obviously, XY goes from the center, but we're starting out from up here. So we have X and Y. So we need to, like if I just type these in, if I type in for X 210.4759, and for Y we type in 508.1137. Obviously, that's not exactly correct. Our Y seems to be correct. So maybe we don't have to add anything to Y. So if we change this from 210 to 1210.4759, still not correct. So maybe try subtracting 500. Maybe I'm just delusional. 1210, we're here. 210.4759 plus 500. It's going to be 710.4759. It's still not right. Huh. Well, I'll be back. I have to pee. So we should have our coordinates correct, right? So I wonder. Okay, so usually I'm just gonna draw this so I can make this easier on myself. We have 0, 1, -1, -1, 1. With this, we have 0, 1, 1, -1, -1. Basically, we have rotated the graph 90 degrees. So, that inverts our x, no, that inverts our y, but not the x. The x doing another one, another page. So say we want something right here or something. We'll call it -2, 5. In order for this to appear the same, we'll call this a 10 by 10. Or 20 by 20. So that gives us also 20 and 20. So this is 0. So 0 has moved from, it's moved 1,000, or in our case 10, to negative x and positive y. Kind of. So if this whole thing is 10, that now makes this 8. So on our scale, 8 and 5. Right? Over 8, down 5. That kind of looks right. So in order to get from there to there, to make this easier on ourselves, I'm going to do this. And then we'll just mess around with what we call y. So we get one quadrant worth of our thing, and we subtract what we have there. So in our scale of 1,000, we get 1,000, and we'll do an absolute value of our stuff just to make it easier to. So we have our 1000, and we subtract the original value. And theoretically, that should be it. $210, $47.59. And then the other one was $508, $11.37. One of these might have to be made negative, but I think we've got what we need. Okay, so for our x, it's going to be 789.5241. That's already looking better. And then for our y, it's going to be 491.8863. And that's right on the line. Perfect. So now that we have that, and we have our angle right, now we can just adjust the scale, theoretically, and get it looking nice. I don't think this actually matters. We'll just leave this at 40. And we'll have this rotate. We'll leave it actually for now. We'll unlock all these layers. We're going to turn off those. And then we are going to pre-compose this again and name this system. And so then what we're going to do now, oh shoot, undo that. We want to move all attributes. Let's rename it to system. That way, okay, so now what we need to do is duplicate this 12 times, or 11 times. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we need to open up rotation on all of these. We'll leave the first one on 0, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 270, and then we have 300, and then 330. So now we have circles on all of it. I just wanted to make sure that it looked right for now. So what I'm going to do now So this isn't what exactly we want. We want system to be its own one. Because right now I don't think we can actually change colors with the way we did this. So right now we're gonna undo this. And we are gonna go ahead and keyframe rotation. And we'll give it one second to rotate 180 degrees, right? No, undo that. Get rid of this keyframe, sorry. I'm in the wrong composition. So this one, sorry. This is the one we want to animate. We'll do 1 second. And we want to add 180 degrees to 67.5, which is going to be 247.5. So it's going to look like it hasn't changed, but it has. And what I'm thinking about doing is throwing a little easy ease on it. Oh man. Oh, it shows someone's watching. Hello, someone. Okay, yeah, we're going to throw some easy ease on it. I was thinking I was going to add some expressions on it to continue out, but no. I think that should be longer, honestly. I'm going to make it 2 seconds. I think that's good. So, I think now what I need to do, because if I go in here, this is called binary comp 1, which is actually not called that. This is what we're calling system. Basically, we need to create a whole lot of duplicates of binary of this one up here. We're going to make a new folder. Call it binary. Put this one inside of here. And we're going to duplicate this. Like that. This is so that we can later go back in and, yeah, I'm fixing some color stuff in a second, but this is for later. Which also means we need of these, right? Maybe? No. Okay, here's what we need to do. We need to create it per one, if that makes sense. So we're going to have to open up all these. There's probably better ways to do this, but it's only 12. It's not that many. So we've already done it to binary. So we want to pre-compose this, right? Or no? Yes. So if we open up system and we look at that, that's just called binary. But within binary, we just have shapes. So inside system is binary. And then binary wave is just the end result, and it just has systems. Okay, I think I got it. So, I'm pre-compose this. We're going to name this system 2. And I'm going to move all attributes. Hit OK. Huh? I am confused. Let's undo that. I'm just going to create more new compositions. Is there a shortcut for that? Nope. Is somebody watching? Say something in the chat. Okay. Gonna create a new folder. Call it, you guessed it, system. Can move these into here. And what we're gonna do, oh boy, it actually opened all these as I did it. Cool and not cool. So we can close out all of these binary ones, or most of them I think. We'll leave binary 1 open. Okay, so within system is just binary. So within system 2, it's going to be just binary 2. Within system 3, just binary 3. Within system 4, just binary 4. System 5, just binary 5. 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. Oh, hi, Micah. Ah, frick. I think I'm gonna have to do some stupidness. It should just be a copy and paste, though, what I'm thinking. So, hopefully it won't be too big of an issue. I'm gonna have to time it so it cycles correctly and all that business. I'll show you what I'm doing, Micah. I'm trying to recreate this and change it up a little bit. So the way this one kind of works, if you look at it, none of these circles are actually, they don't actually have any of their own color. Basically, they're transparent, and there's an underlying gradient that's like a radial gradient that has all the colors. So what I want to do is have each circle be its own color and see how long it takes for it to sort of reset back to a... I just want to see if there's some interesting patterns or something. Yeah. And then also, I don't like these things that show circles themselves. I don't really like that, so I'm gonna not have that on there. But before we can do what I said with words, before we can have each one have its own color, we have to do the same thing he did, and we're gonna color pick and apply it to its circles. Okay. Oh, it's thundering. Okay, so which one? Okay, system are the ones that have keyframes copied and pasted. Okay, so this is actually good because I haven't copied it over yet. And we need to figure out our offset and yeah. So if it takes 2 seconds to do 1, let's look at his. So he's only got like, you think there's 180 degrees of circles being affected? I think so. So with that logic, if it takes 2 seconds for one to do a rotation, well, you can see like here, this one's moved a little bit, and I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. Well, okay, so this one here is tied into this one. This one here is tied in to this one, right? Maybe. I don't know. Could be wrong. No, obviously this is tied to this one. This one's tied into this one. This one's tied into this one. Okay, so these are already in place. I know I don't have to exactly copy it, but I want timings to look nice. And I could just play with it or whatever, but it's going to take a good bit of messing around with to get it exactly right. So, we have this. Right now this just adds 180 degrees to it. And what I need is, so you can do something called a loop out continue, and that's just going to continue whatever speed of the keyframes it was doing, and it'll just go on forever. It would just spin forever. And then I need to, it kind of shows you. So if I go to, I don't even know which one it's going to be on. Does any of these say like loop out? Oh, yeah, here we go. So we have loop out, cycle, number of keyframes. Let's just look up what we're trying to find out. So we don't want what's called a ping pong I don't know, like modifier. Oh, thank you. They are Cherry MX Reds, so the sound you hear is just them bottoming out. There's no actual switch sound, but I still like it. I don't think we want to do offset. we sort of want to do a continue, but not really, because we want it to do the same thing where it adds 180 degrees, but only after a certain amount of time. But what I'm thinking I can do is have it instantly change to a value back to its 67.5. Maybe if I change it to like a hold keyframe or something like that, and then have it do a loop out or something. Okay, let's just see if that'll work. So I'm gonna send this to 5 for now and set a keyframe and set it to 67.5. Obviously it's not going to be what we want. We want to convert this guy to a hold keyframe. Nope, that is incorrect. Maybe we want to convert this one to a hold keyframe. So let's undo what we did. Convert this one to a hold keyframe. Yeah, that's what we want. Right? Let's just see what happens. Alright. Why is there double parentheses? Get out of here. Did that go the same way? It did. I'm a genius. So now we just need to figure out some sort of offset. I had to do this a while back. So if we have 12 different ones that need to go, we could have each one go for 2 seconds, and then we need like an offset of how humble, yes. We need an offset of 24 and we need an offset of 24 and a total length of 240, I think is what I need. We're just going to see if it'll work. So now I need to copy these keyframes. It is raining pretty hard. Okay. I need to copy these keyframes, put them into each of these. Oh, and it even brings over the thing. Perfect. Perfecto. So, yeah. Just paste these in. Okay, so now we bring in each of these. This is going to look trippy at first. Then once we figure out our offsets, I think we'll have it, maybe. Oh, wait. Jeez. It's raining hard. Uh-oh. Did the internet go out? It still says live. It says I have internet. It says I'm offline. So I think I need to undo what I just did. Kind of. So like, is it gonna undo all this? Because I think the way I have to have it is, ooh, you know what I could do? So a while back, I found out a good way. This is actually probably like a perfect use case. So I found out this thing you can do. It's not going to work, I don't think, with the way I have this set up. But it was basically, so you have a parented, you know how parent things work? Basically, they copy whatever they're parented to. And so you have, it can copy rotation, it can copy position, you know, and move and everything. But, so it's a parent, but with a delay. And you can specify what delay you want, which you would think for this would be pretty much perfect because it would follow the exact same rotation at the same delay. But the way it works is they have to be in the same composition. And that's not the way this is going to end up working, because I have these centered in here, and they're not rotating in this composition, they're rotating in their own specific system compositions, if that makes sense. It's like binary is just the two circles, that's all it is. It's literally just two circles and at an exact distance. System is when we put it into place and we keyframe rotation to go 180 degrees. And then the final one, we're going to have all of these and rotated offset 30 degrees on every one, and it's going to make a full circle. And so, yeah. We can't really do the thing I just said. So, what I think I have to do, I'm trying to remember how I did this, because I had to do something similar for a different project. I had it like 90 keyframe or 90 frames long, and each part of the cycle, I think I can just open it. I'm just gonna open it. I'll have to find out what it's called, but I think I still have it. Is this what I'm looking for? Hello. Okay, so this is sort of what I'm looking for. Nope. I have it called something else. Possibly trippy time circles? Nope, not this one. The thing is, I made all these like years ago, so I don't remember what all of them are called. But I definitely have it saved somewhere. I know that. It should be like, it's the square inside of a circle thing. I can pull it up and show it to you. Why did I go to YouTube? I need to go to Reddit. Okay, so this is the thing I'm talking about. So I just need to find it. Because it's 90 frames long, and each individual thing is divided. Go back. What are you doing? This is divided, okay. This is divided into 90-degree quadrants. So there's 4, and each of them sort of do like this sort of thing, if that makes sense. And so it's 90 frames long. Oh boy. Well, I'm sorry, Micah. It's raining real bad, and I think the internet's freaking out or something. Each one takes 90 frames to do what they need to do. And so each one is, there's 10 of them each, and so they're offset by 9 frames. So we need to figure out so let's say it's divided into 12. It's divided into 12 instead of 4. And so I hate math. I don't hate math. I like math, but this is difficult. So this, I don't know. This is going to be stupid. I'm trying to figure this out. Alright, it says I'm not glitching anymore, Micah, so we'll see how that works out. We're still trying to figure this out. This is what we're going to have to play with. I think for the sake of what we're doing, we need to change this to this. So now we can see just how many frames we're doing. So it takes 60 frames to do 1, and there are 12, but they don't necessarily have to just do 1, start the next one, do 1, start the next one, do 1, start the next one. In fact, it looks better to overlap them. So if we have 60 frames of doing it, and say we want, I don't know, 3 going at the same time, we have one at a start point, one at the midpoint, and one at the end point. Or should I do 4? I should probably do 4. I think that would probably look good. So we just need to do 60 divided by 4, which is 15. So that means we need to have one. The offset is going to be 15 for starting. 15 frames. Which means, okay, so it takes 60 frames to do it, and there are 12 of them. So if it's offset by 15 frames, though, shouldn't we just do 12 times 15? Maybe? Set the work area to 180. I'm going to put a question mark by that. I'm writing down all my math stuff while I'm working on it, so I can figure out what I'm doing. So that means I'm going to draw this out on like a little timeline type thing. So we've got, I need to draw 12-ish things. Let's divide it into thirds first, right? Probably make it easier. And then each of that into fourths, right? Something like that, maybe. Who knows? Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I'm not very good at math or whatever, but whatever. So, we have one starting here. Ugh, this is so weird. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Basically, we're going to leave this. It's going to take 60 frames for it to do this thing. And we're going to wait until, we just need to figure out when we need to wait until. Ray, can you stop? I mean, wait. So if it's looping, it should be just 180, if I'm not mistaken. Because if the work area is 180, then right? I don't know. Because that puts a sort of a hard start-stop thing. Let's just see if this works. So we're going to copy these keyframes. Into each of these. Okay. And then here we need to bring in all of these. Frick. That's not right. Is it? Yeah. What's wrong? Undo those things. Oh. I need to copy and paste position and scale to these as well. Ray, can you stop? Hey. You're making too much noise. Okay, so these are all at 40%. This is going to be stupid. And the reason that it's going to be stupid is because I can't just... This did work a second ago because of the way I was doing it, but now that I'm having to do not necessarily a duplicate, but a copy, I don't know if that's the way I'm explaining it. Like, instead of it being duplicated, it's just made the same way. Sorry, that's not a very good way to explain it. Whatever. Okay, so now I need to copy this, paste it into there. I'm just going to open up position on all these first. Okay, I already got pasted in here. I don't have it pasted in here. Nope. Okay, so now I need to copy Y value. Okay, so now they're all at the right scale and the right position. Jeez, we're just getting tired. So now, when I bring in these, so if I bring in these, they shouldn't look any different at first. Okay, so now what I need to do is open up the rotation for all of these. Alright, so use 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 270, scroll down a little bit, 300, and 330. So, this should look wild, what I'm about to play. It totally does. Nice. So, now, what I need to do is bring in the scale a bit to 15, so I can see 15 keyframes, because that's going to be the offset. So, bring this here, 30, 45, 60, 75. You still here, Micah? Doesn't look like anyone's here. 90. It's actually sort of looking correct. 90, and what is that, 105, is that next? And then, what? 120? And then 135. And then 150. And then 165. So, now, theoretically, we zoom back out, and we start here at 165. Alright, you're doing great. Alright, and we start at 165. Let's do 165 plus 180. That's 345. We'll set the end of our work area there. Perfect choice. Alright, let's just see if we have a continuous, nice loop. We do. Isn't math great? So these are no longer needed, I don't think. But I don't know. I think Dude Bros had a good idea with what he ended up making, adding the circles, because it kind of gives context to what's happening and not just a weird thing. We'll see. We will see. You can feel it in the street. On a day like this, the heat, it feel like summer. It feel like summer. So I think we kind of need to undo what I just did in order to set our colors the way I was wanting. Very quick. Oh man, wait. Okay, yeah, it kind of looked like it went out of the thing, but it doesn't. We'll get it. So yeah, it's working the right way now. Alright, so I think to get the desired effect first, we need to undo kind of what I just did. Because we want a baseline for the colors, right? And we want to not screw it up. So like if we open his up, yeah, okay. Let's just close all this down. And we want to create a new can you create a gradient on a solid? We're gonna see. VR color gradients. That's not what I want. Gradient ramp. Huh. Because what we want is like not that. I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. Sort of like this. This is what we want. So if I search Google for this image, I don't know what it's going to bring up. But we want like this, but huge. Spectral circle gradient. That's what it called it. I mean, that's pretty much what I need. I want this, but larger. I want large images. There's probably an easier way to get something like this. There's probably a way to create this in After Effects or in Photoshop or something that I could already do, but yeah. I mean, I guess theoretically it doesn't matter what we use because I'm gonna just do a color pick anyway, right? And so like I have this, and this sort of looks nice. Like if I cover the middle, yeah, I think that's okay. So we're gonna save this image into here, and we're gonna import it. What the heck? Okay, what is it called? What the heck? Did I put it in documents? I'm losing. Okay. So get rid of this. Put it here. I'm going to scale it up. To be like that.
That's fine. And then what we need to do is right click and show modes. And, well, I don't think we actually need that. Oh, that actually looks pretty cool. So wait, this is what we need to do. We need to recompose this, move everything into it, and track mat that. And this is sort of what Dude Bro did. Except something went wrong. And we're missing one? How did these get turned off? Strange. Strange, strange, strange. So this is basically what Dude Bro did. Except he didn't have the beginning like I'm doing. So now, basically, what I need to do is open this back up. How about I just undo a bunch of stuff that I did. That way we can see what we're doing. See if it'll let me go that far back. Alright, perfect. So now we're going to recompose these. We're going to call this movement. That way we know what we're dealing with. And then bring in, oh, it even imported this. Thank you, I guess. Alright, bring this back down here. Scale her up. And we want to blending mode. Track mat, blah blah blah. Okay, so now is the fun part. Why isn't this perfect? Like, they all kind of look like they're in pairs of two. Obviously they're not, because this on its own is pretty neat. Honestly, I might just export that on its own thing. Have it be in a little loop-de-doo. In fact, I'm going to make a save as. And yeah. I'm having a hard time following what I'm doing. So here's the way we can do it. We can just go through these one by one. Alright, so first thing we need to do is get the so if we like do something like this, get this, get our color picker, click it. Like, this is going to be slightly different, but I'm just going to grab the center from pretty much all of these. We're going to copy this, hit cancel, and we're going to go into movement, system, binary, and I think This is where it gets interesting. I think we want this one. If I go back here and I turn off or I just turn this on. Okay, so that was the correct one. So now we go back to shape layer, go back to fill, get our eyedropper, grab from the center of the red, hit cancel, and undo what I just did on accident because I meant to copy this. Okay, so we go back into here, get this one, go to fill, paste it in. Now we have one. So now we move from this to this, and we're going to need to end up opening up binary 2. But first, we need to get our color picker. This is going to be a tedious process. Okay, well, I don't know what happened to my stream stuff. It disappeared. Where's my cursor? Because I was watching me. That way I could see my dang chat and such. Alright. Now I come back to see my chat. Alright, so go to fill, eyedropper, click in the middle, copy, cancel, go into movement, go into system 2, binary 2, this first one, change fill, paste it in, hit OK. Yeah. Back to here, click down here, go to fill, eyedropper, in the center, copy, hit cancel, yeet over this one, change fill, paste it in, hit OK. So now if I turn these on, they pretty much shouldn't look different. They don't. Perfect. So now go into movement, turn on system 3. Now eyedropper, center, color, cancel, binary 3, this guy, fill, paste, enter, okay, back to here, click, fill, color picker, center, hit cancel, 3, this guy, fill, paste, enter. That was incorrect. What just happened? I guess I didn't copy it good enough. Because it definitely color picked it. Copy, cancel, binary, have the correct shape, paste, enter. And now, shouldn't look any different. Perfect. I'm going to open up movement, turn on system 4, put binary 4, bring her over, go to here, get our color picker, copy, cancel, binary 4, first one, paste it in, hit OK, go back, fill, color picker, we need to copy, cancel, binary 4, this guy, paste it in, hit OK. Shouldn't look any different. And then go to movement, system 5, binary 5. Go back to here, click off, fill, color picker, center, copy, cancel, binary 5, this one, paste it in. Is it always the bottom one? Oh, wait. Ah, screw it. I'm just gonna do what I think's right, and then I'll know if I'm wrong. So I'll go back here. I'm gonna turn it on, and it looks the same. So I did it right. It just screwed with my head. Okay, this is gonna get hectic real quick. Okay, back to here. Shape, fill, color picker. Really? Color picker. Green. Copy, cancel. Here, here, here. Paste. Okay. Fill. Color picker. Here. Copy. Cancel. Back to here. Here. Paste. Hit OK. Go back to here. It shouldn't look any different. Cool. So now open up here. Movement again. Turn on 7. Open up 7. Open up 7. Bring it to the front. Okay, I'm gonna have to end up closing all these behind it because they are gonna get in the way. Okay. So now we click here, go to fill, color picker, center, grab this color, hit cancel, go to here, here, paste it in, hit OK. Rinse and repeat with the other one. Double check ourselves. Cool. Back into here. Okay. Kind of get here, here, move it over, color picker, grab color, copy, cancel, go into here, first one, paste it in, hit OK, go back, go here, color picker, hit color, copy. Oh, you know freaking what? This isn't right, the way I'm doing this. We're just gonna say screw it and see how it looks. Hit copy. Oh, and this isn't even gonna work. We're just gonna see how this looks because we're already most of the way through this. Frick. One, I'm not copying adjacent colors, which is what I would need. Two, the way the rotation works, it's not actually moving the shape all the way along like it would seem. So, yeah. We're probably just going to stick with our variation thing we made and do that. I mean, we're already most of the way through this, so we're going to see how this looks, obviously. But, yeah, we're doing all this wrong. Just realizing looks cool, but who knows? Hit OK. Yeah. Whatever. We're gonna see how this looks. It's probably not gonna look very cool. Okay, so back to here, color picker, grab a color, copy, cancel, go to here, paste your in, okay, double check, turn on 10, open up 10, bring it to the forefront, close up 9. Shape, fill, move this over, color picker, that guy, copy, cancel, here, first, paste, okay, back, fill, color picker, second, copy, cancel, here, second, fill, paste, enter, double check, open it up, next one, get rid of these, go back here, fill, first one, copy, cancel, binary, first one, paste, okay, back to the first one, fill, color picker, this one, copy, cancel, binary, second, fill, paste, okay, back, double check, open it up, turn on 12, open up 12, bring it to the forefront, clickety clackety, fill, grab from the center, copy, cancel, binary, first, fill, paste, okay, binary, fill, color picker, second, nope, sorry, oopsie doopsie, color picker, second, copy, cancel, oopsie, paste, enter, and double check, we are good. So now we can get rid of this, or we can just turn it off. Go back into movement, turn on all of these again, and it's gonna look messed up. Or not. Why does it not look messed up? That looks screwed up. So yeah, obviously this is what I was talking about. It's gonna get there, then it's gonna jump, and then do it again. That's not exactly what we're looking for. Yeah, it's just sort of the way that it ends up working. Dang. Well, you know what they say, because I don't. Alright, well, we'll save this. Basically mark it as a failure. Open up the other one, because that's, that one's working better. We basically, I was going to leave this rainbow thing, because you're not going to be able to really tell in the background, even though it's only 900 by 900. The edges are still, of this are still sharp enough to where it doesn't matter. So what I'm thinking Geez. What I'm thinking is we mess around with the timings of this and call this an animation. Yeah, because I like that better. So, open this up. Okay. Honestly, all you kind of have to do, well, I guess get a little bit of a buffer, right? We'll see how 75 works. We'll copy these, paste them here. Get rid of that. Better hope this looks good because I don't feel like redoing all these keyframes. I wonder if I go back through. I wonder how it would look if I did just delete this last one. And then change this from loop out to loop out with a continue. Yeah. Do I need to convert these to linear? Keyframe velocity cancel. How do you convert keyframes to linear? Linear. That works. Oh, okay, so yeah. So if I go back to here, obviously it's going to look screwed up. Huh. I'm going to duplicate one of these. And I'll just name it something. And then we're gonna copy these like so. So basically, if we turn off rotation, paste it back in, that should be a faster way of doing it, right? Something like that. Theoretically. We'll see if linear looks good. I hope it does. Okay. That's not bad. I kind of like that. So, yeah, I like this. By the way, this is all for that loading icon subreddit. But yeah, I think I'm done for now, because I don't think I have much else I want to do. The offset stuff ended up just not really looking good, in my opinion. The circles did kind of add to it, from Dude Bros original. This thing, like these circles did add to it, to how this looks, and so, but I didn't like them. If that makes sense. I didn't want it to have those, but they do kind of tie it together. And that's just how the offset thing works. But this, I wonder how long of a loop this has to be. Because if you think about it, like, well, really, it only has to be the length of the rotation. So it's like, what, 20 frames or something like that? 60 frames? Yeah, 60 frames. So if I just make the work area 60 frames, will it look right? Yeah, I mean, it looks good to me. Alright, so we'll save this, and I guess we'll export. Watch this. This is going to take like that long to export. It's going to be great. No one is watching, and it makes me sad. Or if they are, they're not saying nothing. Okay, I don't want to export it that way. I want to export it as just an H.264. Save it there. You can export like that. Because, I mean, it's only 60 frames. And it's done. So now, I can go to Reddit. Nope. Go back to where I found this, on the loading icon subreddit.
Oh.
So what do we call that? Binary wave. Yeet. I don't know. I like mine quite a bit. Saved. Close it. Hello. Okay. So if we open this up, we can actually tell what's her face it to loop it. If we go to preferences. Okay, we do that, and then we go to playback, and we set it to. We set it to. How do you loop it? There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. I just can't figure it out. Huh. There's a way to loop the VLC. I mean, I don't have to do it. I can literally just pull this up, make this full screen, and this will loop. As long as autoplay is off. Yeah. So yeah, here's what we made. I like it. It's crazy because literally everything is just linear keyframes. There's no fanciness going on. It's just the way circles work. Oh wait, is this it? That's not a very good way to loop it anyway. So, what ifs? I'll see whoever's watching, probably no one later.